it's Adrienne Finch. Welcome back to my channel. iOS 14 is finally here, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to create a custom home screen that is both aesthetic and functional using custom backgrounds, custom app icons, and widgets. And I promise you, you will learn a couple things in this video that you haven't seen in any other videos, so just keep watching. It's funny, I literally 6 or 8 months ago wrote in my calendar iOS 14 predicted release, and I predicted the week it was gonna drop because I wanted to make videos right away when it came out. And literally last Wednesday I got on a plane to go to Seattle, my first trip since December, and right as I board the plane I get an alert that iOS 14 just dropped, and I was like, oh, wanting to scream because I couldn't make a video until I got back. So here I am, I'm a couple days late, so sorry, but I'm here. If you guys are new here, hello, my name is Adrienne. You guys should subscribe to this channel for more iOS 14 videos, as well as videos about all things technology, apps, hidden features on iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, how to declutter, all sorts of technology-based videos. So subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I post a video like this. All right, so obviously with iOS 14, there are a lot of new features to unpack. I am going to post another video that's all about all the new features with iOS 14, as well as some hidden features and things you didn't know you could do. So stay tuned for that. In today's video, we're just gonna talk about customizing our home screen. So using widgets, using shortcuts, and making it look super aesthetic and just the way that you want it to look. iOS 14 has allowed for us to have so many different customizable options that I think we all have probably been craving for a long time. And although we have found shortcuts for kind of making these custom in the past, here we are actually able to move around our home screen in new and exciting ways. All right, so first of all, what's new? Obviously, you can see right away that one of the biggest changes with the home screen is that we're able to add these widgets. If you tap and hold anywhere on your home screen, it'll go to this jiggle mode where you can rearrange things. And as you'll notice, it's pretty much the same as before, but we do have this kind of bottom bar with all these dots. If you click on that and hold it and drag it, you can really look at your pages quickly. And if you also just click on it in general once, you'll see this page that allows you to actually edit your pages. This is something that we weren't able to do before, and I think this is super nice, seeing as now we have probably hundreds of apps, and it'll make cleaning them out a lot easier and organizing them a lot easier as well. So what's really awesome is that you can actually hide certain pages of your phone. So if you have a bunch of folders that you've spent a lot of time, creating, and you don't want them to go away, like all these folders, you can just hide the page. If you don't need it right away, you don't need it to be accessible, you can just hide it, but it'll still be there for when you do need it. As you can see, you would just click this check button and then click done, and those pages would be hidden from your home screen. So I'm not gonna do that right now, but I just think that that is a very cool feature. You can easily rearrange entire pages rather than just one by one with the apps. You'll also notice right away that if you scroll all the way over to the left, you have this new thing called an app library. And you'll notice that they basically categorize for you all of your apps. You'll see all of these categories, and you'll see recently added. And that's because every time you download an app now, it'll ask you if you want to add it to your home screen or if you want to just add it to your app library. So that's a way that you can kind of have them here without just cluttering your home screen, and you can figure out how you want to organize them later. So if you click on any one of these big icons, it'll take you right to that app. But if you click on this kind of square with the little icons, it'll take you to a full list of all the apps that you've just added. So you can see we can do the same for any of these categories. It really opened my mind to how many apps I have, and I think this will be a really easy way to declutter my apps later on because I can kind of see them all at once, which is nice. So that's how it categorizes them for you. And then if you want to just be looking at an alphabetical list of all your apps, simply pull up or drag down, whatever, and you will see right here an alphabetical list of all of your apps. And you can also search right here, which is super nice. So that is your app library. So when it comes to customizing, the first thing that I recommend doing is kind of just cleaning out your apps, figuring out what stuff you want and don't want on your phone, and then figuring out what stuff you want and don't want on your actual home screen pages. So I have not yet gone through and really cleaned up all of my apps. I mostly figured out what kind of aesthetic I want and how to do it so that I can show you guys, but of course I'll come back with more videos on like how I decided to organize this. So now for the most exciting part and probably the bulk of this video, let's get into how to customize your phone to look like this or to look however you you guys want. So step number one is, in my opinion, actually choosing an aesthetic. What kind of colors do you want? What kind of look do you want for your phone? What I would do is typically go to Pinterest, and here I have a board that's actually just aesthetic iPhone wallpaper, and these are some ones that I've saved over the months and years, honestly. So I will actually link this exact board down below. But what I basically just do is usually search aesthetic iPhone wallpaper, and then if you find one that you like, you can just simply save it to your phone. If you need some ideas for different aesthetics that you could do on your phone, you could check out this video that I posted a long time ago where I actually talked about all these different aesthetics and how to kind of create your custom home screen for that. So let's say we want to use this one. You would just push the 3 dots, download image, and there you have it. Now, something that I specifically like to do is once I have saved that image, I like to pull the actual color palette from that image. I just use Procreate on my iPad. If you don't have an iPad, don't worry about it. You don't need the colors to be exact, but I do just like to kind of pull from a color scheme. So this background that I'm using right now is basically just like tans and blues and whites. And so that's what I figured would be kind of my look. You can also customize a background any way that you want using apps such as Canva or Pinterest. I've shown you guys in several videos before that one of the easiest ways to customize anything is really just to pull it up in Instagram stories. So let's say I just pull up that background and I want to type some text. Like literally you can just drag and create whatever you want. Stars, I don't know, that was ugly, but you know what I mean. So then you can actually just save that image and use that as background. So there are several ways to customize backgrounds. One app that I want to show you guys that I think you'll really love is called Glitty, and that is how you can actually draw with glitter on images. So you would just like draw a line and then choose what color you want. So I actually used this to make my current background. See how it has kind of the sparkly glitter? So I really love that app. Now, once we have a custom background, it's time to talk about our widget. I'm gonna let you know right now, there are so many options for things you can do with widgets that I am even overwhelmed. I don't even know yet exactly the way that I wanna lay this out, but I think this front page is a really good example where I can kind of show you everything that's possible. I mean, look at how cute and aesthetic this looks. Yeah. All right, so the first thing to know is that if you tap and hold so that you're in jiggle mode and you push this little plus in the upper left-hand corner, this is where you can see all the widgets that are available to you that come with this phone. So based on apps that you have downloaded that have widgets, they will all show up here. So you obviously have, you know, calendar, photos, open table, we got maps, we got clocks, notes, all of these things that kind of come with the phone, and it'll show you out of which apps you have, which ones support widgets. So you can also go look up like cool widget apps and things like that, and I have 2 that I'm gonna talk about that are specifically for customizing widgets. So basically what would happen is anything that you click on, you can just choose between a small widget, a medium-sized widget, or a large widget, and then you would just click add, and it would add to your screen right here where you can rearrange and move it pretty much wherever you want. So that's where you see what's available to you. If you swipe to the right, this is where your kind of command center usually was. So as you can see, this also has a new look and features widgets as well, but we're not gonna talk about that today. We're just gonna talk about the home screen. We'll get into that later in the other video. So the 2 apps that I'm sure you've seen in other videos so far that I really love and highly recommend are Widgetsmith and Color Widget. So if we go to Widgetsmith, this is going to allow you to create small, medium, or large widgets with pretty much anything you want on it. So what you would do, let's say we wanna make a small one. Click add small widget, click on it, click on the middle to edit it, and then it basically gives you all of these options. We can put the time, we can put the date, a calendar, we can choose a photo or a photo album from our album, custom text, a blank one. This can sync to your calendar, reminders, temperature, activity, literally anything. So my favorite ones are kind of the notes ones, and also I think the reminders one is really cool. As you can see, if you wanted to make a photo, you would just choose photo and then click on this and figure out which one you want, and then maybe rename this to motivation, save. So then what you would do is on your home screen, you would tap and hold, click the plus button, search for Widgetsmith, and then choose the small one, add widget, and then tap on it, and if you click on date, you can actually choose to switch it to Motivation 2 that you just made, and there it is. Now, something else that's really cool that you can do is actually stack these together. So if you just press and hold and stack them on top of each other and push done, then you're actually able to scroll between these 2 kind of motivational quotes. You can also, on Widgetsmith, create something that rotates on its own. So like every 10 seconds it does it. What you would do for this one is you would click photos in an album. And then I recommend just custom creating an album with like 5 or 6 photos that you want it to switch between. So then you would click save, and then what it would do is it would actually rotate between photos that are in that album. So I'll probably create kind of a rotating album with this bottom widget that's a picture of me and my boyfriend. I'll probably like have multiple photos and it can just rotate on its own. But for now, I'm going to move this back to what it was before, which was just one photo. There we go. I also just want to point out that you can really customize any widget by just clicking on the custom text one. So let's say we're gonna make a medium one, click on it again, custom text. So here's where you would type in like anything basically that you want. To-do list, workout, 6 p.m., edit video. I don't know, I'm just making things up here. Then you can click the font that you want. Let's say this one. And then you can click the text color and the background color. So let's say like cream. And then let's say we make the font gray. You would title it to do, save, and then on this page, you would tap and hold, click the plus, type widgetsmith, medium, add widget. Then you would click on that one to switch it to do. And there you have it. So basically you can create anything that you freaking can imagine. It's very, very cool to utilize the widgets. 2 more apps that are super nice are Color Widgets, which is this app. The only thing about this app is that it only allows you to kind of create these like timestamp calendar situations. It allows you to customize them a lot though. You just click edit widget. You can create dark, light, colored with like any of these colors that it has, which is really cool. So you would just do the same thing, set widget, and then you would just add to your home screen from Color Widgets, which is right here. Click on the small one, add widget, but I don't want that one, so yeah. And then another one is this motivation app. I think that that's really awesome. It just kind of has quotes that rotate through. The only thing is it doesn't really fit the theme of the images that I'm using, so I may not keep that one. This is the only page so far that I'm really happy with. So the final thing I want to show you guys is how to get these custom app icons. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to make videos about this a long time ago, before anyone knew you could customize app icons. So now I'm happy that everyone has kind of figured it out and that you're able to do this. Basically, what this is doing is it's utilizing an app called Shortcuts. So when you open Shortcuts, you are basically allowed to set any sort of command. If you want it to open an app, like open text messages, open Instagram, you can do that. If you want it to instantly call your mom, you can do that. So there are a lot of ways you can customize these, but for now, what I basically just did was had it open app to all these apps that I had on my front page. A really easy way to do it, again, would be literally just to go online and Google like Instagram logo PNG, aesthetic Instagram logo PNG. So as you can see, there's kind of all these options. So you can just kind of save an image from the internet like this and use that as your icon, or you can customize them. Again, I customized them on my iPad. I just simply drew the logo kind of freehand, but you can also, again, use Instagram for this. You know, let's say that you want this to be your background. You could then like draw with white, a square, a circle, boom, it looks like an Instagram logo, and then just save that. So once you've made custom icons or you found them on the internet, here is how you actually create a shortcut. So you go and type to find the Shortcuts app, and then you're going to click the plus in the upper right hand corner to add a new shortcut. Where it says add action, you're gonna click that. Now if you wanted to just open an app, so just like go to Instagram, then you're going to click in the search button and type in open app. Then if you click this choose button, you can just choose which app you want to open. So let's just pretend Amazon. Then you click next, you would type Amazon, click done, and then if you see it right here, you click the 3 dots, click the 3 dots here, click on add to home screen, type the name you want, and then click on the icon to choose a photo. Let's just pretend that this is our photo. You can move it around, choose, add, and then you would click on done, and it's on your home screen. And there it is, and then you can just rearrange it from there. Now here's the thing about shortcuts. When you click on it, it's going to open the shortcut app and then the app. So it takes like a second longer. Some people are really annoyed by this. They don't like that it does this. So one kind of easy fix, it'll always still open the Shortcuts app, but something that you can do to make it a little bit easier is if you go into your settings and type in reduce motion so it's under accessibility, reduce motion. If you click the toggle on here and then prefer crossfade transitions, you'll notice that it'll do it a lot smoother now. So instead of kind of this chunky movement, it'll just really quickly do it, which I like. So that's the way that I'm going to keep it. Now, one more trick with shortcuts. What I originally had in this daily icon was actually a folder that included all of these apps. As you can see, this was my original daily folder, so it had all these apps, but I didn't like the way that it looked on my home screen still, so I wanted to create an icon that would actually take me to a full list of those apps. So how you do this on shortcuts is you create a new shortcut, you add the action, and then you click on scripting. Under scripting, you're going to want to click choose from menu. Now here you're going to make a menu that it's going to prompt you. So you would basically type in the apps that you want it to let you choose from. So I'm not gonna type all of them, but I'm just gonna pretend. So I wrote all those apps that were in that folder. From there, you'll see that they show up down here. You're gonna wanna click this plus button, open app, and then this is gonna be what you want it to do when you choose each of those options. So choose, we're gonna search Instagram, and then see how it shows up here. You wanna hold this and drag it to be underneath Instagram. So that'll prompt you that when you get that option, you will select Instagram and it'll then go to Instagram. So you're like coding basically here, but not quite all the way. So then list for the sake of it, but you would do the same thing. And then let's just click the 3 dots, add to home screen, choose photo, daily, choose, and then click add. Now, as you see right here, it'll take you to this prompt where you can then select what you want and it'll go to the app that you want. So since these were all the apps that I replaced with custom app icons, I'm actually going to tap and hold and click on the bottom bar and then just go ahead and hide that page because I obviously don't need those apps. I need them on my phone. You cannot delete the original app, but I don't need them showing. So there we have it. All right, you guys, so that is how I customized my home screen. I hope you learned something from this video. Please subscribe to stay tuned for more iOS 14 videos, a lot of hidden features and hacks. I literally have an entire list of things that I haven't seen yet in other videos that I wanna share with you guys. Ways to make your life easier, ways to use technology to your advantage. So check that out, subscribe, and comment down below and let me know how you plan to organize your home screen, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you so much. Bye.